So everyone knows that bikes in this game are quite fun, and surprisingly there is a good variety of different bikes with interesting capabilities. So today we will be looking at bikes that are cool, fun, useful, and you should totally buy them. And let's start with Oppressor Mark II. Even though it doesn't have wheels, it is still a bike, but not a driving one, rather the one that flies. Probably a lot of people know this bike since it has quite an interesting reputation, because a lot of, let's just say, angrier people use it to kill innocent people for their own entertainment. But it is also really handy for missions since it is easy to fly and it has some cool weaponry. So a bit on its specifications. It costs 8 million or 6 million for the trade price. More about how to get that trade price later. Oppressor has a rocket boost on the back to let you accelerate faster, and to recharge it you will have to let go of the throttle for a few seconds. It also has weapon options like machine guns, explosive machine guns, or lock-on missiles. Although if you want different weaponry you will have to buy Terabyte since it is the only place where you can upgrade your Oppressor Mark II. And in the same Terabyte you will also have a choice to pick your countermeasures to defend yourself from enemy launched missiles. You will have 3 options: chaffs, which won't let your enemy lock onto you for 6 seconds, flares, which will deflect missiles and make them explode in the air, or you can choose smoke, which will just confuse the missiles and probably nobody will be able to shoot you down using the smoke. Now, since Oppressor is a bit overpowered, you will get limited number of rockets and countermeasures. If you choose missiles, you will get 20 of them, and for countermeasures, if you choose chaffs or flares, you will get 10 of them. But if you choose smoke, it just goes for as long as you want. Also, you will get unlimited amount of machine gun rounds that goes for regular machine guns and explosive ones. Now, how to get that trade price? First of all, you will have to purchase Terabyte, which will cost $1,375,000. And in your Terabyte, you will have to do 5 client jobs, which are quick missions, and for fastest completion, I will suggest doing robbery in progress, since it is quite fun and fast. Or, if you want an even faster mission, you can do targeted data. Although, for that you will have to purchase drone station inside your Terabyte. So, if you are low on money, just do robbery in progress missions. And if you unlock the trade price, you will save over 600,000 when you buy Oppressor and Terabyte. Also, now you will be able to upgrade your Oppressor Mark II, but to buy that Terabyte you will have to own a nightclub business, but you should already have one since it is a really great business and can bring a lot of money. So the Oppressor Mark II is a really useful vehicle, but it just doesn't hit that fun factor as other bikes in this game, and for that we will have to look back in time. I say that because the older version, the Oppressor Mark I, is Mark II's predecessor, and it is much more fun and cheaper. It costs $2.7 million or $2,067,000 for trade price, and for that you will have to do a mission inside your mobile operation center. It also has 20 missiles like the Oppressor Mark II, but to unlock missiles on the Mark I as an upgrade option, you will have to firstly gather research inside your bunker, which will take quite a lot of time and money, but only when you unlock them you can put them on your Oppressor. If not, you will be stuck with just regular machine guns. But the guns are not what make this bike special. This bike is special since it has wings and rocket booster that makes this bike fly into the air. The rocket booster will only recharge when you touch the ground with both of your wheels, but the whole process of flying and regularly touching the ground to recharge the boost is what makes this bike so much fun. And if you have a lot of courage, you can fly really high if you recharge the boost by touching nearby building. Now, this bike is really fun, but I think it's time to go back to the ground and talk more about bikes that drive on the road. There are a few tricycles in this game, or bikes with 3 wheels, so let's talk about them. Rampant Rocket is a really unique looking bike with 3 wheels. It is quite big and long, almost the size of a car, and the bike even has a car engine inside it. And because of that, it really handles more like a car than a bike. You can drive with it like a regular car, and it grips the corners pretty well. Sadly, you won't be able to do a wheelie on this bike, and I don't know if it's because it's not in the coding of the game or because it's too front heavy. Like really, if you take it off any jump, it just wants to straight nosedive the ground on landing, and don't even think of correcting it to land well since you can't really control it. Now, after a few tries, I was able to sort of land it, but it still killed my character, so I don't know. It is really unique looking, but if you want to make it more unique, you won't be able to. Since it has very little upgrade options, you can't even upgrade your wheels, which is a bit sad. So it is quite a unique bike and fun one at that, but it is not the only tricycle in this game. Another one is Nagasaki Chimera, and it is quite different from Rampant Rocket. It also has 3 wheels, but the bike itself is more in bike's dimensions than cars. It has lots of upgrade options that are quite cool, like the exhaust and liveries. On top of that, this bike is quite fast and can surprisingly do a pretty high wheelie, but be careful not to fall over. Only drawback is that it doesn't do well at cornering, since it can't lean like a bike and it doesn't grip the surface like a car. So we talked about the rare bikes, now let's talk about normal 2-wheel bikes. The coolest one and the one that you should look into buying is Zombie Bobber. It is a chopper style bike with high handlebars and loud exhaust. On top of that, you get so many upgrade options to make this bike the way you want to. Furthermore, it drives pretty nicely too. It is fast and it goes around corners quite well, considering that it is not a sports bike. And the looks together with performance is what makes this a must-buy if you need a fun cruiser motorcycle. But maybe choppers don't interest you. You are more of a fan of sports bikes. Western Reever is the fastest bike in the game and the coolest sports bike in GTA5 in my opinion. It has really good top speed and also good handling around corners. Unlike a lot of bikes, this one is capable of doing a pretty good wheelie, and upon hitting a solid object while doing a wheelie, it will launch itself into the air, which is really fun to do on any bike, and most importantly on this one since it is really fast. And this bike just looks really good and has quite a lot of upgrade options, almost as detailed as Benny's bikes, so you can make it the way you want it to look. And it would be just wrong not to look at it in more detail, so enjoy! Okay, these have been the coolest bikes which you should totally buy. Tell me in the comments which bikes you like the most. If you have any wishes for future videos or ideas on what you want to see videos done on, leave those ideas in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, it helps a lot. And I will see you lovely people in the next one. Have a magnificent day.